Hi everyone, my name is Tony DeMella, and in this video I am going to show you how to get logged into MyLabs Plus and how to navigate MyLabs Plus to get your homework done. To access MyLabs Plus, particularly if this is the first time you've ever used it, you're going to log into Blackboard, go to the course resource section, and then you're going to go to where it says MyLabs Plus website. When you click on that, that's going to open up on another tab. You're going to know you're in the right place because it says specifically MyLabs Plus for Mitchell Community College, and then there is the Mitchell Community College thing. If you don't see that, you're not at the right spot. At some point, you're going to be like, I don't feel like logging into Blackboard to open up this link, so let me just Google MyLabs Plus. Don't do that because, or MyLabs Plus, I think I might have said MyMathLab. Every school has their own server. So you may be trying to log into one for CPCC. You might be trying to log into one for NC State. I always wind up at the one for UNC Chapel Hill. I don't know why, but like if you don't want to log into Blackboard every single time to get that link, save it somewhere. You know, make yourself a little bookmark or something like that so you can get logged in. All right, you should already be set up to get logged in. Your username is your first initial, middle initial, last name, and maybe some numbers after your name. It is the beginning part of your email address for Mitchell. So whatever your email address is for Mitchell, you want to type that in, but not the @students.c, none of that, just the name. And then if you've never used this before, your initial password is your birthday with a 2-digit month, 2-digit day, and a 4-digit year. If you've used it before, it's whatever you changed it to. If a 4-digit year doesn't work, try the 2-digit year. And if neither one of those things work, try forgot your password. It will send you a link to your Mitchell email. And then if none of those things work, email me and I will contact somebody to fix it for you. When you log in for the first time, you are going to see a box, and you're going to see that box every single time, but after you click on it the first time, it's going to be like, oh, wait a minute now, you either got to give me an access code or you need to give me some money. Now I can't simulate that here because I already have an account. It will say pay now, enter access code, or pay later. So if you bought the access code at the bookstore, you put an access code, and there's like this it kind of looks like a card, and you scratch off the silver stuff, and then there's a bunch of words there, and you put that in. If you want to buy access through the website, you pay now and you type in your credit card. You do get 2 weeks free. So if you're like, oh, I need to really start this now, but I'm not getting paid till Friday, you can hit pay later and get 2 weeks free. And then when the 2 weeks free times out, when you try to log in again, it's going to be like, hold up, you need to pay up that money. But don't worry, because even if you do the 2 weeks free, all your stuff will still be there. You won't be able to do anything else, but all your grades will be saved. So you can do any of those 3 options. Once you've got that straightened out and it says log into the course, you're going to see something that looks like this, sort of, kind of, once it gets loaded. Now off to the side, you see these are like little peoples with the X's through it. You won't see those, but you'll see everything else that looks like this. Honestly, this is not like such a great splash page. What you want to do is, when you log in here, you're probably coming in to do homework, so you would go to homework assignments. Before I go through that, I'm going to tell you about some of these other things. I'm going to skip the study plan for a second. My grades is what it sounds like. That is your grades. So when you're like, hey, I wonder what I got in quantitative literacy, click on that. If you want to read something about a topic in the textbook, you can click on chapter contents. We're starting in chapter 2, so let me click there. And then you pick the unit. Now see how it opened up? Oh, it didn't open up on another page. Ugh. And then you can hit e-text. Oh, there we go. That would open up on another page. So once, it takes a little bit of time to get that to load, but once it loads, you can go back to where the homework section was and have that open along with the textbook if it ever gets there. Yes. Well, I think I didn't put the country in. I guess it doesn't care. Like I said, it does take a while for it to load. You also have under chapter contents the student solutions manual. Like, so sometimes you just need to see one more extra example. You can click there, and then you can go to wherever you wanted to be in the textbook by clicking on that section. It's actually a pretty good textbook, and once it opens up online, it is pretty nice. It's just really slow, and so you can kind of get everything opened, and you can kind of click around, and there's stuff that will look like. My computer is not happy with this textbook. I wanted to show you some like these try it now exercises. You'll see links off to the side. It's not cooperating at the moment. Probably everybody's trying to log in and check it out. So you have that ebook if you want to look through the ebook. I would say if you're not coming in to do homework, the other popular thing that's in here is this multimedia library. So like I said, sometimes you just need one more example and you want to see another video. So well, let's see, like chapter 4, say. I recommend that you use these videos in particular for chapter 4 because they're made for the homework, so they'll align with the type of question and verbiage that you're going to see in the homework. And so you pick the chapter, you pick this section, and you just say select all. That's the easiest way. And hit find now. And you'll see that there's lots of videos to help you through, short ones. Now, they're not super exciting, but they will show you how to do the same types of questions that you're going to see in the homework. You can look at skills for success. That's certainly not required. It just talks about different mindsets, different things to be successful in school. But when you're logging in, you're probably coming in to do homework or maybe to look up some extra resource from Multimedia Library. So let's talk about homework because that's really why you spent all the money on this. Now, here's our homework. It's in the order that you're going to do it, and it's all lined up, and you can see the due dates out to the side. So, to start your homework, you click on the blue link, and you'll see all the questions in there. Pick a question to start out with, and depending on the type of question you get, we'll say how many chances you have. Now, usually you have like 3 attempts for each question, but if it's like a drop-down box or a definition type thing, sometimes it's only 1 or 2. Let's see, deer enjoys a diet of leaves and grains. It typically weighs between 4 and 8 pounds. If 1 kilogram is about 2.2 pounds, and this is 8, let's see, smallest deer, between 4 and 8 pounds, how many pounds did this little deer weigh at birth? All right, so it was only 0.45 of a kilogram, and a kilogram is 2.2 pounds. So let's use our calculator and say, well, I want to change the kilogram over to pounds. So for every one of these, I get 2.2 pounds. That's about 1 pound. So I click 1, and actually I'm going to click the wrong one on purpose right now so you can see that it says check answer. I said, oh, nope, that's not it. And then you get the red X, right? Bummer. But you got another chance. So I can fix it and go back and say, oh, okay. And then it says, great, next question, green check, you're good to go. So what if I would have gotten it wrong on both attempts? I'm going to hit try again. So let's say I put 2 pounds, and I go, oh, no, that's not it. And then I say 1.5 pounds. And then it says, sorry, this is what you answered. This is what you should have answered. And you hit OK, and you can see that I have the red X. So I can hit try again. And then when I get it correct, it changes the red X to check mark, and you can do that 100 times, right? So you can essentially get 100 on every single homework question if you have the patience. You don't have to, but that is an option. So now let's say you started the homework and you're like, oh, I don't have time to finish this, so I'm going to hit save. And you come out here and you're like, all right, I'll finish this up later. And you log back in another day. And after you log in, you go to homework assignments. And you see, oh, I only have a 6 there, so I have some more work to do. So you click on this again. And you don't have to go back to number 1 because you already did that once. You go off to wherever you left off. Let's pretend I left off over here. And then you could start there. So convert 5.9 hours to seconds. So you might be like, oh, I don't know. That seems like a really long one. I got to go to minutes, then I got to go to seconds. Off to the side here, you have question help. Let me move it over a little bit. Under question help, now they don't all have this, but a lot of them have this. Help me solve this and a view an example. You want to start with view an example. What view an example will do is walk you through an example exactly like what you have. And so instead of 5.9, I got 2.9. And it says, okay, first you want to do that, and then you want to do this one, and then put them together, and you can go through step by step. And you can even print it out when you're done in here, like for a really long one that maybe you want to save. Let's say you do that, and you do this a couple of times, and you're still like, I still don't get it. That's when you want to use a help me solve this. Now, the problem with the help me solve it is that it would help you solve it all right, but what's going to happen is that we want to go from minutes, hours to minutes to seconds. It's going to help you go through all of this, but then it's not going to give you credit for actually doing all of this. Ooh, did I hit the wrong one? Right, so you go through and it's like, okay, that's great, but, you know, I'm just going to put in anything. You don't get any credit for that. Well, I guess it won't let me put in anything. Is that it? Oh, it still didn't like that. Right? So when I close it, I still don't have any credit for it. So I'd have to go through it and do it again. So I kind of do that as a last attempt because I don't want to do work and then not get credit for what I'm doing the work for. 280.80. And then once you get that, it sees a red X right now. Yay, and then it's good. All right, so I'm going to close this out. And even if, whoops, even if you don't hit save, it will automatically save it. I'm having some technical difficulties here. All right, so if I hit leave page, I just got it all screwed up, right? But that's okay because even if I go back to homework assignments, it's still going to have it there. See how it went up? It was a 6 before, and when I log back in, it will save it automatically. All right, so pretend all of this was done and only this one was wrong. You can go to just that one and work on just that one. Now, let's say you've gone through all of this a couple of different times and you're still not sure. You've used the Help Me Solve It or the Show Me an Example, or maybe it's not there. You can use this Ask My Instructor link. What that will do is it will send me a link, you see my email there, to your particular question, so I can look at exactly what you're looking at, and then you can say, you know, help, or preferably spelled correctly, help, and then you hit send, and I'll be able to help you right away, and then you can go back when you're done and fix that one. So that is how you use My Labs Plus. When you log in, I'm going to go to My Courses, way out to the beginning. You click on the blue box. It's going to bring you to that kind of a splash page. You're probably going in to do your homework. So you click on Homework, and then you just start working your way through down that list. And if you want to check your grades, you click My Grades. Now, you're going to notice that my grade is an 11. because I opened up that whole thing and I only did 2, or I did 3, right? But there was one that was had a couple of questions wrong. So when you open up a homework, it like activates it. So even though the 2 that I had were right, all the other ones look like I just skipped them. So zeros go in for that. So in the beginning of the week, don't go in and open up all the homework and then back out and check your grade, because then it's going to look like this big drop because you turned on the homework and didn't do it. But it will update automatically as soon as you fix that. And this show calculation will show you how you're doing on each in particular section. So that's how you use MyLabs Plus. Don't wait till the last minute to get this set up. Don't wait till Friday to see if you can get logged in. Try to get logged in right away, because if you can't get logged in, like there's some kind of glitch in the matrix, right? And you got to email me. I can't actually fix it. I got to email somebody else. So you're talking about a middleman that's going to slow you down. So don't wait 2 weeks or something like that when you're ready to do the homework to find out you can't get logged in. I think this is your last video. So I will see you in March, but contact me if you have any questions.